So you're trying to say in other words that you failed in football, that's why you're doing fashion. Welcome to Trends and Trend Gold Willz, where styles meet creativity and every trend and trend tells a story. Today we'll be diving into the world of cultural fashion, and our guest today just newly launched his brand and he seems to be ready to be taking us by surprise when it comes to cultural fashion. You guys, join me to welcome Adedamola Matthew for 5'ONE Tailor Fashion. I'm from Nigeria, Tailor. Just a sharp.
Thank you.
We are talking about African cultural attire. I just thought that it would be nice to invite you since I know that you be tailor or you be fashion designer, but you're into fashion.
I'll be Tailor.
I'll just leave him to do the introduction to you all. So you have just 2 seconds. Promote yourself on my show.
All right, my name is Adedamola Matthew. I own the brand 5'ONE Tailor. I'm what
God, your time don't finish. It's 5'ONE Tailor Fashion, and he deals with African fashion attires. And as you can see me, I got this attire from him. If you want to be fly like me, this is who you have to reach out to. Reach him out on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. So, Baba Taylor, I noticed you were in the African fashion industry before, fashion attire industry, and all of a sudden you disappeared. Why?
that I just feel I never do ready enough. I needed to, go back to my drawing board and,
Have you
think
money finished for your hand, and why you
that
come back?
one safe part though, because I'm only there to do all these things. So that was a deep part, but I felt, I needed to, perfect myself in some areas like the finishing touch, some kind of things. So,
So you're telling us that you are ready for us this time.
yeah, that time sef I dey collect job oh. Not like I haven't been collecting work, but I wasn't just bringing myself out like that because I knew that I just felt inside me that I wasn't ready enough.
So based on
Yeah,
luxury
but
now,
now,
you're
yeah,
ready for us.
yeah, I'm ready.
Since you left the fashion industry, I know there've been improvements in like different areas. So you personally, from your own point of view, what do you think about the fashion industry?
I mean, it's very amazing. It's something that aside from, the money or the income or whatsoever, it's something that I have passion for.
Mhm.
That time my brother asked me to go and learn the work. I was like, more, I want to play ball with my guys because my passion then was just football. So my brother told me that once I start making money, all these things, I won't even remember him that put me into work. I would not spend like 1 million for myself before I remember giving him like 1K. I was like, that's a lie and stuff. But now, I say apart from the money driving me, it's something I also have passion for. It's something that, I would also love people, I would also love to see my work on people, something that stands out. Most of all these things are something that, people are doing now. Scroll through Instagram feeds and the rest, you will see them, but something has to make your own work stand out. It has to make it unique.
So
So
you're trying to say in other words that you failed in football, that's why you're doing fashion.
actually, I'm not fit for football. I was into it. I was in a team then. Then I even me and one of my friends we went for like a Saturday set. We went to play football set. So
So
the
now
man
like
just
now
saw me.
street football you end up.
And
Yeah.
my mama just wake me for middle of night. Say, you need to face this tailor work.
Now your
Oh.
passion, but if you see football, you go leave fashion.
Ah,
Let's move on to the next question.
yeah.
Which fashion show do you see yourself working for in the future?
I mean, there are so many reputable fashion companies out there. So I would say most of the fashion companies that are not into African attire, I would love to, be part of the ones that, bring that into their own concept, like Louis Vuitton and dress, basically, most
Oh,
of what we
mad.
say.
Actually,
Uh,
fusing the African fabric into their designs will actually be a nice concept, and I would love to see that for you too.
amen.
But no give up on fashion as you give up on football, sha.
Yeah. Which football club do you support?
I know really they watch football
Okay,
actually.
after this we will talk that one.
5'ONE Tailor. How did you come up with that concept?
I mean, just like I said then that my mom woke me at the middle of the night to stop football. It was the same time I discovered the name at the middle of the night. That was when I discovered the name Python.
So
Yeah,
if you sleep, wake up, inspiration they come.
bless. Sir.
You know,
But that
but
one aside, during exam time, if I sleep, I wake up, I know they feel read when I early morning.
You na
So
bad guy. If nobody say I don't shop from your brand, I for feel say na rubbish you dey do because plenty things wey you dey talk no really
I
dey add
beg
up.
you.
What do you think is a deal breaker for you when it comes to cultural attire? Like, what type of cultural fashion don't you like seeing? A red flag for you?
Ah, sincerely, I would say none because everyone have their own concept. You know, what the way you like, this kind of wears, and there are some people that don't really like them, but they also love different kind of African, attire. So I would say no because to come up with a piece, that would look good on someone is not something easy. So I wouldn't want to, condemn someone's job. So I would say everything is actually nice,
So
in as
you
much
leave
as
you
it's
leave
unique.
everybody with their own creativity. So
Yeah.
5'ONE Tailor is telling you, oh, we're nonsense.
Bruh.
I'm curious. You know, say all these tailor people, if you give them clothes, most of them no go deliver in like a month. I don't give person clothes, so I don't even see both fabric, both money. I don't see any of them collect. Can you give me like your work duration? Like if I tell you I want to sew like an agbada now, how long do you think is enough for you to make that
Um,
particular piece?
Aside from the money, we go ginger me up. Say, if you pay me one kind amount of money, I go do your work. Yes, but aside from that, I I love to take my time because at the end, the customer won't say, "Na me talk to me you rush am." That's none of his business. What is after is the outcome. So I would say between 5 to 7 days. I'm
So
done with your work.
so five to
Between five to
so five to
seven days.
seven days. So if you're having
Sometimes if you come down, pass that one, oh,
if
but
you're having an event, book him 5 to 7 days.
I can do rush work too, like ASAP something too. Actually, it just determines. It just depends.
And in the find money too. If
Depend.
you if your wedding now tomorrow and you go pay
I fit carry my
express.
machine come your house, so I'm safe. It don't really matter. Not much as the money they
Well,
involved too.
in the African cultural attire industry, as a fashion designer,
No, I be tailor.
eh,
Some people feel like being called a tailor, it's a disrespect. Like it's an insult.
em,
But I don't know.
most Gen Zs actually prefer fashion designer to tailor. But anyway, I got tailor.
Yeah.
What can you tell me has been the challenges so far?
Uh, in this Nigeria, where it will be is light, light, and it gets you light. Yeah, so there are so many times I'm being motivated to work on the rest, but I do have, challenge with light. But aside that, there are some kind of times, I have to come up with something, something unique, something that, yes, you've seen this thing before, but how can you make it more unique and more outstanding? Something different. Many people don't like wearing same thing that, they've seen on everyone. So how can yours be different? How can yours be more outstanding? So, there are sometimes
Yeah,
that, you have to crack your brain, think of what you can do. And sometimes it takes me
wait,
like
to
about a day to think of
personally,
something.
yeah, I think for every luxury tailor, all of now suppose don't dey band A like this, cause you know if they use light as excuse why you no go deliver my clothes. So if you are going to be a luxury tailor as you claim, I think you should move to band A or get a steady gen
If I
because we already know that's the challenge.
if I
So
move go Bande, all the profit and everything, I'm free I go dey use am buy. Bande, how much
now
Bande
luxury.
like?
Now anybody who want wear luxury, at least you go get they ready to put money
Yeah,
inside
it has
now.
to be luxury, but at the same time affordable
So
too
so
as
you do
well
your
for
check and
people.
balances and don't give us excuses why you're not going to deliver our clothes. Because me personally, yeah, my problem with Nigerian Africa, I don't know if it's an African thing, but I know that it is common in Nigeria. If you give a fashion designer a tailor clothes, bro, just give them like 3 months before the event. But
No,
then I'm sure that 501
I'm
fashion is
different. Yeah, I'm different
is
for it.
telling you that it's
Yeah, I'm
different.
different.
So
If I
you
won't be able to meet up with your time, I will let you know that okay, I can't meet up. So you can give it to someone that can meet up, or
you
if
guys
you have more patience.
he's saying it now, so you guys should give him a
So
trial, give him clothes, and
yeah,
you give me
yeah,
updates on how his delivery is.
yeah,
Where do you see yourself in 5 6 years time?
yeah. Global. I want to be, one of the creative minds that people will be talking about. Like the likes of Yomi Casual, the fashionate. There are so many of them, so many people out there. I want to also, be on that stage. Global, making people that don't have interest in this kind of attire, making them, want to have a taste of it, loving it so much and the rest. So yeah, I want to see myself in a more bigger place.
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody wants to be bigger. Me too.
I've seen you more on streetwears than attires like this. So what's the dream behind it? What's the motivation?
I mean, on my show, and we are talking about African culture, innit? So, personally, if you are going to be talking about African fashion, you expect that I be in a fly African cultural attire. Now, I say make I try it out, though, and luckily, I think I look fly. What do you guys think? You guys should rate my outfit anyway. So,
are you saying that now we've seen you more on Alba and attires like this?
I mean, I'm not saying, if I'm going to be doing more of African, then yes, you're going to be seeing me on this. But then, I would like, this is going to be a blend. Then, anyway, that takes me to my next question. Have you ever pictured like a blend of streetwear into the African attire before?
Yeah, I mean, look at this. This is an Ankara fabric. This is a street wear fabric. So what are you saying? This is actually okay. Yeah, this is actually okay. So mixing with things like this. So yeah, of course, having kind of street design. It's my kind of design.
Then I'll be
Yes,
looking forward to a collaboration with you because I would want to do more of street and African culture. I brought you here to promote yourself. People know him.
5'ONE. You can even call me 5'ONE. You can call me 5'ONE. Yeah, my name is Adetamola, but you can call me 5'ONE as well. I don't mind.
So if you want to promote yourself, come to my show.
Actually, yeah.
Come to my show. I bring you from grass to grace.
Is a promoter now. Look at grasses here now. Look at grass. These are grasses. So let's wait for the grace. Yeah. Let's wait for the grace.
So calling me a show promoter is wild for somebody that I'm trying to brush up.
Hey, but you just said you're a promoter now. Like, if you want to promote yourself, come to my show. So one who promotes someone as well. Okay, are you an influencer? Okay, there's an influencer, yeah. So
I collect money from you. No. He begged me that he wants to be on my show, and I brought him to tell you guys about him. That is into. Anyway, you guys should follow him because he go talk say I don't get.
Later on, I'll post the payment receipt on my page. You guys will see.
You guys should follow him, promote him, and let's bring him from grass to grace.
Yes,
let him be.
There are so many grasses around me. I want the grace as well. I would love you all to patronize me. A trial will convince you. I'm sure about that. So thank you.
Like I said, a trial will convince you. And with that, we've come to an end to Threads and Trend with Gold Willz, an episode with 5'ONE fashion for African cultural attire.
Yeah.
So you guys tell me in the comments who you want to see and what you would like us to discuss. Thanks for watching.